Hey guys, Ryan here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC Prep. I don't know the exact number, but I do believe we are nearing 100 episodes of Season 2. So what I'm going to be trying to do is getting some best 2 out of 3s against some other YouTubers and getting them up for the last remaining few episodes. And hopefully, well, we won't be using this team. We'll be using one of the teams that I like, and hopefully there'll be good battles for you guys in the lead up to episode 100 of Season 2, so that would be pretty cool. So let's get into this battle. Looks like we're battling against Lucario, Gardevoir, Marowak, Noivern, Weavile, and Roserade. Now, honestly, Sylveon lead is not too shabby, so we're going to start off with Sylveon. Now, I do really like Cresselia as a lead. The only issue I see with that is, well, a couple-fold. Cresselia isn't really going to be hitting anything. You've got the Noivern, but I'm starting off with Sylveon, so not really too much there. Plus, if the Marowak starts, I don't necessarily want to get Trick Room up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with Kangaskhan, and I'm also going to bring in Cresselia and Landorus in the back. Now, what I'm hoping is if we see Lucario lead, which is most likely going to happen, it's going to want to... Oh, damn, I just thought of that. If I have the Kangaskhan and the Sylveon on the field, it's going to attack one or the other. Okay, but we don't see either of those two, so I'm perfectly fine with that. This is actually a really good lead for Sylveon because Sylveon can hit them both super hard, and I'll be able to hit something else just as hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice right here with my... Actually, no, because both these Pokemon get... Well, okay, not both these Pokemon. Weavile gets Fake Out, so we're going to double Protect here. And we're just going to kind of scout out to see what he does. If he wants to, like, Draco my Kangaskhan, I think I can survive that. It's a Noivern. It's a Noivern, guys. It's not that threatening. So we'll see exactly what happens here. We'll see. I'm expecting a Fake Out onto probably the Sylveon. No Fake Out. And we see an Icicle Crash onto the Sylveon. Well, I can't switch out, and I think I could survive an Icicle Crash, so I'm just going to go for a Hyper Voice. And you know what? I am going to Fire Punch the Weavile, actually. He went for Air Slash on my Kangaskhan, so he's either going for flinches right off the bat, or he's just not running Draco Meteor, and, well, even Dragon Pulse is better than Air Slash. Noivern's not really strong. It only has, like, base 90. Special attack. Oh, wait. Did he double into the Sylveon? I might be losing my mind here. Did he double into the Sylveon there? This turn, obviously, he did, but I think I might have missed the Air Slash. I actually survive, which is kind of hysterical. I did not expect to survive that, and my Fire Punch didn't even take out the Weavile in one shot, which is very surprising as well. So we're going to get a Hyper Voice off. We're unfortunately going to lose our Sylveon right away, which is unfortunately very unfortunate. Unfortunately very unfortunate. Yeah, we're just going to roll with it. But that's fine. That was a pretty good turn for me regardless. I survived 2 attacks, which I didn't think I would survive, actually. I didn't get flinched, and overall, we had a good time that turn. Now, I'm expecting a Lucario, Mega Lucario. That is something that I'm going to expect. We are going to see a Gardevoir. And we're going to see Roserade. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Very interesting choice. It gets Levitate. Hallelujah. I'm going to go for Trick Room. And I'm going to Protect. Because that Roserade definitely outspeeds me. And I think it gets Sleep Powder. So I want to at least outspeed the Roserade. Get rid of the Roserade. Gardevoir doesn't really scare me too much. They get Focus Blast, not a big deal. He's actually going to go for Leech Seed. I'm not really sure what this guy is running. Oh, Calm Mind. That's still not a big deal, though. It really is not. Honestly, I could just Psychic the Roserade, and then go for Double Edge on the Roserade, and if the Psychic doesn't take it out, the Double Edge will. And The Roserade, at least. And if the Psychic takes it out, we're double-edging a Gardevoir. So, perfectly good turn for me. I'm perfectly fine with that. Although, I might, you know what, I might just actually double-edge the Gardevoir, because that can become a pretty big threat. And with Cresselia around, Roserade's not too bad. So I'm just gonna straight up double-edge the Gardevoir, expecting a potential Protect on the Roserade. We don't see one. We'll see a special defense up. But I do outspeed the Gardevoir, which is what I expected. Gardevoirs tend to run speed. There's no way, not even one hit. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Especially with Leech Seed, I would expect to Protect. And I didn't want to be, like, left out to dry against a +1 Gardevoir. That would be quite an issue. That would be quite an issue. And this is a decently bulky Roserade, but it can't be too bulky because we did a lot of damage with Psychic. So I'm not. So I'm just gonna Psychic it and Fire Punch it, and that should be more than enough, especially if it doesn't have Protect. Which, even if it had Protect, there's no reason to Protect, because it has no Leech Seed off on my Kangaskhan, and our opponent will indeed forfeit. Yes. That was a good battle. I don't know how good my opponent was, simply because the team was kind of weird, and the choices were kind of weird. Granted, that Weavile not taking out my Sylveon with Icicle Crash did kind of surprise me a bit. I did have the Noivern did so much damage to me. I did not expect it to do that much damage. Maybe I'm just remembering its special attack wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not that strong. Could have been Specs. That is possible. That's actually a very likely possibility. But I don't know. I didn't expect that to do that much damage, and the Weavile to do even less damage. Very, very odd, in my opinion. I'm gonna go Sylveon. Nope, not. I always do summary, and I don't want to. Okay, we're gonna do Sylveon, Cresselia. That's a pretty solid choice, in my opinion. We're gonna need Lando. Lando is definitely a good option here. And I don't really. Well, I guess I have Cresselia for Amoonguss, so that could work. That has a possibility. I don't necessarily want to go straight for Trick Room, because if that Amoonguss is there, that could pose a problem. Although the Thundurus might start off and just taunt us, which is totally plausible. We'll see. We'll see. It's all we could say is just we'll see. So it's actually going to be a double legend. We see the two genies, two of the three genies. I have no reason to not just go for a Hyper Voice Ice Beam onto the Lando. He's going to either taunt my Cresselia or Swagger something. I don't even know. He's just going to go straight for a U-turn, which is actually fine by me. I won't be getting a lot of damage off with my Hyper Voice. Actually, he didn't go for taunt, did he? That's interesting. Well, if he switches into the Amoonguss, that might actually be pretty solid for us. Yeah, okay, I take it. He's going to double into my Cresselia, which is pretty interesting. Doesn't do nearly enough damage to me. But we will get the Ice Beam off. It doesn't do a whole heck of a lot of damage, granted. But this Hyper Voice will do a decent amount, and Psychic should finish it off. So I'm going to go straight for Psychic. Now, he did have the Hydreigon, but he won't switch it in. There's no... Well, I think Hyper Voice Ice Beam will be more than enough to take it out, so I'm going to go for that. And I don't think an Amoonguss outspeeds a Sylveon, even though I'm at negative speed. It's going to just Protect. I'm cool with that. He's actually just going to Thunderbolt my Sylveon, which really doesn't do a lot of damage at all. Hyper Voice goes off. We proc the Citrus Berry last turn, so we should kill it next turn. He doesn't have a switch into that Hyper Voice, by the way. So I'm going to go for Hyper Voice, and we're going to go for another Ice Beam. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, he definitely has no switch in for that Hyper Voice. Goes for that double Protect, not going to get it. Going to Thunderbolt my Cresselia, which I'm totally cool with, because we'll take it out here. We don't take out the Amoonguss, but we do go first, which is what I expected. And the reason I went for Ice Beam is because Ice Beam will KO the switch in for Landorus if my opponent so desired to do that. Whereas if I just went for Psychic, it wouldn't have, and Hyper Voice might have, but there's a bit of a toss-up there. A bit of a toss-up. So we'll see what he sends out next. So we're going to see the Landorus, of course, we knew that was already there. And we're going to see a Gardevoir. Now, Gardevoir is an interesting Pokemon to bring in here. We're going to see it get Levitate. It might be a Mega Gardevoir, which is a little scary. I'm going to Shadow Ball it. And I'm going to switch into my Landorus, my own Landorus. Should I have gone for Hyper Voice? That probably would have done a little bit more. Well, we'll see. We will see, of course. I'm expecting a U-turn from the Landorus onto my Landorus, which will mean Rocky Helmet damage. And it is going to be a Mega, so we will be seeing a Hyper Voice here. Which is not good. Not good at all. Because that will do a lot of damage to me. No, he goes for Rock Slide. That was a good prediction. Nice. Crit on my Sylveon. Doesn't matter because he goes for Hyper Voice. Ooh, I might have lost this. Let me bring in my Kangaskhan. I'm thinking Landorus outsped the Gardevoir. So I'm thinking it's Scarfed, which means it's Scarfed into... Rock Slide. I'm going to double edge the Gardevoir, and I'm going to protect with my... Nope, not Hammer Arm. I'm going to protect with my Landorus. Is that a good play? Well, it's the only play I have, really. I could switch out to the Gardevoir, or into my Cresselia, but I'm a little worried about doing that. My Landorus goes for Protect. I said that already. I went for that. I said it right. He is locked to the Rock Slide. So basically, we have to hope we survive the... we don't flinch, and we survive the Hyper Voice. Come on. We survive that? Oh, son of a biatch. Oh, shoot. Can we come back from that? Rock Slide doesn't do a lot. Hyper Voice. If he misses a Rock Slide, we can. So I'm gonna go for a Double Edge, and I'm actually gonna. I can't switch. I'm gonna go for Earth. No, I'm gonna go for Rock Slide. That flinch totally mattered, and he's not gonna miss. Unfortunately, I think we could have survived the Hyper Voice had he not hit us with the Rock Slide there. So there was a chance, but it's unfortunate that we went down to basically hacks. It's unfortunately, it's unfortunate when that happens because, you know, it was a good match. That was a pretty solid match. You know, I think we pretty much had it because all we had to do was KO the Gardevoir because we could survive. I guess my best thought process for how that would have gone was we KO the Gardevoir with Double Edge. We'll survive, obviously, from every recoil. We switch out the Kangaskhan into the Cresselia to take the Rock Slide. It's not going to take it very well. But what we do is we switch out... Well, I don't know if that would have really worked very well. Basically, you switch out the Landorus so you can get the second Intimidate. But I guess at that point, the damage wouldn't have really mattered. We're just double-edged and Rock Slide, and I guess that would have been more than enough. Oh, well. Well, either way, I'm going to go for Ice Beam on the Lando. I have no chance. So that's that battle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate... Wow, we survived that. Did not expect to survive that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that we flinched from the Rock Slides. He really didn't have much of a choice. He couldn't go for Earthquake. He couldn't go lock himself into U-turn, although I think that might have been a good play as well. He basically had to lock himself into Rock Slide. So the flinches, while unfortunate, it wasn't malicious. So either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. I hit the button a little too quickly there. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Reinforcements until we KO someone, knock someone out. So once he just, like, walks in my way... Oh, shoot, he got rid of John. Alright, now I have to